Hey everybody, and welcome back to Let's Play Dark Souls. Last time we defeated Ornstein and Smo and met with Guinevere, the daughter of sunlight, or goddess of sunlight, whatever you want to call her. And we also got the Lordvessel, which was kind of our whole purpose of coming here. So we also, with the Lordvessel, gained the ability to warp. So we're going to warp to the earlier part of Anor Londo, right here. That's how we warp. And it's really nice to have this feature. In Dark Souls 2, you had it from the start of any bonfire you had encountered, but Dark Souls 1, you only get it at this point in the game, kind of towards the end, which is helpful because the last few areas become very kind of far away and at the ends of areas that we've already kind of explored somewhat. So it's a good point to give it to us. You know, I kind of like having fast travel from the start of the game, but at the same time, this is also, in its own way, kind of nice. In Bloodborne 2, you could also go between any lantern that you had lit before. I'm pretty sure about just about anyone. So, now that we have the Lordvessel, we have two options, technically. One that we don't really even know about. The first one is to go to Frampt and return it to him and say, hey, our job is done, we did what we needed to do, what do we do next? And he'll tell us. But I have a different plan in mind, so... I always love how helpful these guys are, like, the bat-winged demons that we fight further into Anor Londo are so, like, intent on murdering us, but these guys are just like, alright, let's bring them down, boys, and they're like a construction crew. They're all grumpy, but, you know, they take us where we need to go. Let's try this out. Oh my goodness. Holy crap. Havel, your dragon tooth. You're so beastly. Alright, that was not a bad jump there. Is there anything over this way? I don't think there's anything over here, but I always feel like it's this whole kind of section of Sens. Well, not really a section of Sens, but it's just... I feel like there should be an item there. But yeah, this dragon tooth is insane. How much damage does it do? 290? How much did our, I don't know how much our mace did. I mean, our mace was certainly faster, but even this thing unupgraded is kind of nasty, how much damage it does. So yeah, the only reason I wanted to go back down here was so I could show off being brought down by the bat-winged demons. Other than that, you know, we can go straight to Firelink Shrine now and finish off with, oh, hey, Siegmeyer. Can finish off with Anastacia of Astoria. We'll also talk to Siegmeyer and probably chat up everybody, see if they have anything new to say. I don't think we have too much new dialogue, but I want to check either way. Also, those bat-winged demons bringing us up to Anor Londo, I'm pretty sure I already mentioned it once, but very similar to the gargoyles in the Tower of Latria after 3-1 in Demon Souls. The gargoyles of that area do pretty much the same thing, so it mirrors a little bit, you know, that way of progression. It's kind of funny. So here, when we examine the sort of living place, the living space of the Firekeeper, we get the option to return the Firekeeper soul now that we have it. If you consume her soul, which gives you 5 humanity, you can't do this. She's gone for the rest of the game, which you don't necessarily want to do, because it permanently gets rid of this bonfire and Firelink, which I really prefer to leave it, you know, keep it moving. So we return the Firekeeper soul to its owner, and you just heard the sound of the bonfire relighting above. So that's very nice. Something interesting that happens when she's back, though.
Thank you. I am Anastacia of Astoria. Now I can continue my duty as a keeper. But I only hope that my impure tongue does not offend.
So she's back and just said her name's Anastacia. I've been saying it wrong. I don't know why. I liked the sound of Anastacia, but it's Anastacia. Like Russian royal family Anastasia, I guess. That's what I think of when I think of that. Anyways, so what's interesting about this, though, is that when she thanks us, this is the first time she's spoken to us. And if you remember, Lautrec told us that her tongue was cut out. Or was it Lautrec or the Crestfallen Knight? I don't know who it was who mentioned that, but they imply her tongue was cut out. So I think that by resurrecting her, maybe she got her tongue back and now she can speak to us again, or maybe she just never spoke in the first place. I couldn't be sure. But yeah, so she'll talk to us now, only a little bit though.
Forgive me. I am impure. My tongue never intended for restoration. Please, if you have any heart, leave me be. I wish not to speak.
So she doesn't want to speak to us. She says, she uses the word impure a lot, her impure tongue. And I think it's this impression that she's gotten from living in the outside world and being kind of banished here, her tongue removed and all this. She has this very low opinion of herself, which is really kind of tragic. She locks herself up down here even, only here to light the bonfire, and it's sad.
Forgive me. I am impure. Leave. I wish.
So she wishes not to speak. And she will continue not to speak to us. I don't think we have any Firekeeper souls to give her, so we can't upgrade our Estus Flask any further than it's already at. I forgot I should have reallocated my things here, but I forgot. So let's see. I should actually equip Transient Curses. That would be a good idea right about now. So yeah, I got one left. Alright, so before we head, we're planning to head. Let's talk to some people. So Siegmeyer is down here. I'll let you guys in on just kind of a funny little thing that I'll do sometimes. Siegmeyer is only here for a very short amount of time, but he'll stay here until endgame unless you talk to him. So if at this point you leave him here and you don't speak to him any longer, he'll actually stick around, which I always like to do because, I mean, he's Siegmeyer, I love him.
Well, fancy meeting you here. You did much for me up above. I am grateful. You know, I was thinking the gates, the old fortress. Was that yours doing?
So he asks us if we helped him out at Sen's Fortress to open the gates, which we did by ringing the Bells of Awakening. So, if you answer no, I think he just, figures, oh, it's a good coincidence. If you answer yes, though, he'll give us a nice little reward.
Yes, I knew it. It seemed like an unlikely coincidence. Well, am I fortunate? This Knight of Katarina thanks you sincerely. Please, take this as a token of my gratitude.
This Knight of Katarina thanks you. I love him. So he gives us a Mit Force, which is a more powerful projectile version of the Force spell. And I think it actually does damage? Maybe not in this game. I'm not sure.
There you are. I'll be heading down below shortly. There's nothing worthwhile up above. No worries. Venturing is my life. I'm prepared for the worst.
So he's decided there's nothing up above in Anor Londo, which, I mean, the fact that he reached there is like... I guess he kind of got by our coattails, or our bootstring. I don't know what the phrase is.
I'll be heading down below shortly. There's nothing worthwhile up above. No worries.
Sorry, I didn't mean to talk to him again, but I love his laughter, so I'll take it. But yeah, so with 18 Faith, you can equip Emit Force. Gives you 6 uses compared to the 21 you get with Force. And, oh, we can actually use Tranquil Walk of Peace as well. Granted, we're not going to be doing much any PvP, or at least I won't use it on anybody in PvP. I might actually try that out. It might not be the worst thing to show off. It's an interesting spell. I'm not sure if it works on NPCs, actually. We'll have to check that out and confirm or deny it. But, could also use the heal spell, but I don't know. I think this is an interesting setup. We haven't really changed up our miracles hardly at all. So, you know who else I should go to before we move any further? I should really talk to Andre and upgrade that giant, or no, we went with the great sword, the man serpent sword. I also just want to check that I have enough of these. Yeah, I have plenty. That's for continuing Siegmeyer's quest. I want to have those mosses. It's the only reason I wanted to check on them. Do you have anything new? I don't think Laurentius has anything new.
Oh, hello there. I'm pleased to see you safe, as always. If you provide the materials, I can teach you pyromancy.
Okay.
Why? Tell me about it.
No.
I see. In any case, apologies, my friend. Forget that I said anything.
Okay. Oh, I guess we don't have our pyromancy flame with us.
Goodbye, then. Be safe, friend. Don't you dare go alone.
You know, I wish I was showing off pyromancies more. I think if you upgrade the pyromancy flame to level 10, then the NPC Quaylana appears in Blighttown. There might be another thing that causes her to appear, but I don't remember what exactly. I know, we'll have to check for her next time we're down there, but maybe it's a story progression thing, but I'm pretty sure you have to have a pyromancy flame upgraded to plus 10, so.
Oh, I'm sorry. Miracles, was it? Sometimes I lose myself. Pay me no mind.
Alright. Nothing new yet again. So, alright, not too much to do here. Well, oh, I almost forgot. Still gotta head back to Andre, because I don't want to proceed any further without having some stats behind us, basically. Okay, we're back down here. I actually realized we could have just warped to this point, but I don't know. Even though the loading screen would have taken that long, I just wanted to hang out here, so.
Show me that ember of yours. Well, I've never heard of a black ember. How about leaving that ember with me? I find it strangely fascinating.
So Andre's intrigued by the dark ember we picked up in the painted world of Ariamis. So let's give it to him.
Yes. Well, thank you. This ember really is something special. I'm already under its spell. I sense great potential indeed. So
with that done now, we can ascend weapons to occult. I think we need a +5 divine weapon before we can do that though, so we're not going to be making any occult weapons this playthrough. What we are going to do is we're going to make ourselves a +6 man serpent greatsword. Raw, by the way, which I think he inherently has as an ascension path, it's basically you get more damage, but I think it sacrifices, yeah, your parameter bonus goes down. So you don't get as much bonus damage if you go the raw path. I almost never go with raw weapons. I usually stick along the normal upgrade path. And in all honesty, while I do like doing maybe fire enchantments, and maybe lightning enchantments are also quite good, but I usually prefer just upgrading to +15 than using pine resins, because I think you get more bang for your buck that way. Still can't afford the Crest of Artorias. Well, we probably could after like one boss fight at this point, but haven't been saving my souls to afford that, so. Oh.
Don't get yourself killed, Knight.
Let me go on ahead and use some more souls here, just so that we have enough to upgrade our weapon as needed. I think like 2,000 should be fine. Hopefully that's enough. I don't think it's too expensive to upgrade stuff like this.
Well, hello again. You seem to be doing all right. Need anything forged?
Do you have anything new to talk about?
Oh, yes. And one other thing about the Darkroot Garden. It is said to house the grave of Sir Artorius, the Abyss Walker. Only, of those who ventured into the forest, none has returned.
Oh. I just had a realization.
Oh, yes.
Well, my plans, there's a little bit of an issue with them. I just thought about it, and we may have to do the DLC next. Which, I mean, that's not a bad thing by any means, but I was just thinking about that. I think that may very well be the case. Alright, so we got our Man-Serpent Greatsword up to +10, which is right where we had our mace previously, so pretty much on the same grounds, just we're going to be using a Greatsword now, and I think, you know, it's better this way, that I at least show off one other type of weapon. This thing's speedy. I mean, it's weighty, but it's speedy. I'm digging it. Alright, so far we upgraded our weapon, so we got a new main weapon now. We revived Anastacia of Astora. Let's go... Oh god. This is difficult. I can't do this the way I want to do this. Oh, right. Well, I want to show off as much as I can. I may have to show this off in New Game Plus, but we're going to talk to Frampt this playthrough. There's another serpent who I wanted to show, but I don't think we're going to be able to do it for this playthrough, so let's go on ahead and speak with Frampt.
Heavens! You have done it! You have retrieved the Lordvessel. After 1,000 years, it is you. It is really you. Forgive me. I really should calm down. Now, let us take that vessel on a journey. I assume that you are ready. Now, be still. This is the Firelink chamber for the successor of Lord Gwyn. Now, place the Lordvessel on the altar.
I guess this is fortunate because, oh my god, look at Frampt. This is like, one of my favorite things in the game is his like mustache dongles. And down here, since he's upside down, like, they are just incredible. His other one got stuck behind his head here. It's like, I don't even know how physics work on Frampt, but I'm so glad that he has physics on his mustache dongles. Because it's like my favorite thing.
What is it? Place the Lordvessel on the altar. No reason for pause at this point.
Oh, there goes the other one.
What is it? Place the Lordvessel on the altar.
Alright, so we're in this interior of Firelink Shrine. And here's the altar, which fits the Lordvessel, so we're going to place it. So, what we understand just happened there. There were 2 places you may not have recognized, and one you probably did. The middle one was in the Duke's, the entryway to the Duke's archive, so we can now access that area. The first one was actually the Tomb of the Giants, which we were at very shortly after defeating Pinwheel. And the third one was the Demon Ruins, which we looked at from very far away, that yellow fog, but essentially placing the Lordvessel opens up access to these 3 areas. There's a 4th area we have to venture to, New Londo, but there's some things I want to do. Well, you have to fight a boss before you can actually encounter the boss down there, and that ties into why I wanted to do the DLC first, because something happens in the DLC that changes up the boss fight before New Londo, before you can do the New Londo boss fight, and just things kind of, I don't know, happen in a weird order in this game. So there's a reason I'm doing things the order that I'm doing them in, but yeah. And you see now we can actually rest at the Lordvessel, and we get a unique option to offer souls to the Lordvessel. This thing takes Lord souls, and you see this door before us. This door is opened when all of the Lord souls are gathered. So we can't do anything at it right now. We can only really warp out of here. You can do pretty much all of the normal things you could do at a bonfire, but yeah, we can't actually interact with it in its main purposed way. But this is essentially the door to endgame, so this is... we'll be returning here for certain. So let's talk to Frampt again.
Very well. As Kingseeker, I shall now instruct you, the Lord's successor, in your next task. To achieve your fate, fill the vessel with powerful souls, commensurate to the great soul of Gwyn. Scarce few possess such brilliant souls. Grave Lord Nito, the Witch of Izalith, the 4 kings of New Londo, who inherited the shards of Gwyn's soul, and Lord Gwyn's former confidant, Seath the Scaleless. All of their souls are required to satiate the Lordvessel. Are you ready? Then we shall return. Stay still for a moment.
They're incredible, those dongles. So he just gave us essentially our hit list for the rest of the game. Gravelord Nito, the Witch of Izalith, the 4 kings who inherited Gwyn's soul, and Seath the Scaleless. So those are our targets.
I am pleased to see you well. Is it something urgent?
And if you recall from the opening cutscene, all of those, save for the 4 kings, were mentioned as these great beings, the possessors of the Lord Souls. So we're dealing with the big games now. We're not fighting, you know, just people testing us to enter New Londo or the guards of the Daughter of Sunlight. We're fighting gods. We're fighting the founders of Lordran. So pretty scary stuff.
The beings who possess these souls have outlived their usefulness, or have chosen the path of the wicked. As the primordial serpent, I implore you to defeat them and claim their souls. Let there be no guilt. Let there be no vacillation.
Alright.
The beings who possess as the primordial serpent, let there be no guilt.
So that's all he has to say to us for now, but essentially he's saying, you know, don't feel bad. They're not useful anymore, or they're evil, so kill them.
Farewell, chosen undead. I remain here and await thee.
So we have a few choices now. We can go down to the catacombs where Gravelord Nito lies in wait. We can go to New Londo. Well, actually we can't go to New Londo yet. There's some things we have to do before we can even approach the 4 kings, because they inhabit the Abyss, and the Abyss is deadly to us right now. we need to learn to Abyss Walk. And if you recall, Artorias, his title is Artorias the Abyss Walker. So what we need to do is we need to find a way to learn his art of Abyss Walking. The way to do that is in Darkroot Forest, and we can go straight there, but there's something I want to do first. It's going to take a while to do, but I think it's worthwhile to do. So, let's see, we have the Chamber of the Princesses where Guinevere is, so we can warp there if we need to. But we're going to go to the initial section of Anor Londo. The other places we can go, of course, and where we're heading right now, actually, is the Duke's Archives, I guess, living space of Seath the Scaleless, right up there. And then we have the Demon Ruins, where we fought the Ceaseless Discharge. Down below him, since we drained the lava from the area, we can access deep further down, where the Yellow Fog used to be, and we can enter Lost Izalith and encounter the Witch of Izalith. So those are the big places now. But there is one other place which was added by the expansion, the Artorias of the Abyss DLC. And I think we're going to do that now. I think this is a good time to do that, because it's sort of a good point to get to that point in the game. I mean, after Anor Londo. And it has some really cool content in it that I'd like to show off. So we'll do that. I don't think we're going to get there this episode, but certainly I'll show off the way to do it. So right here we see we actually have another armored boar. We haven't seen one of these since the Undead Parish. But right here he's by himself, and he's in this very kind of cramped hallway. So let's see how we do. Oh, another fun thing is that he's actually got armor on his butt now, so whereas with the first one you could backstab him to death, this guy you don't get that luxury. You've got to fight him head on, and by this point we have powerful enough weapons that we can do that without too much trouble. We do sizable damage. He still hits hard though, so I want to be cautious of that. Estus ourselves up. And there you go. Aha. And for killing him, we get the Fanged Boar Helm. I'm going to put this thing on to show it off right now. So this is a rare drop from the first one we encounter. I think it has a much higher drop chance on this guy and the next one that we're going to encounter. So, severed head of the fully armored Fang Boar, taken by the one who killed it as proof of his victory, just as the gods once did with the head of the ancient dragon. Can be worn on the head as a surprisingly sound piece of protective gear. So we put that on. We've got ourselves a boar head. It's always kind of reminded me of Princess Mononoke. They have these really freaky boar things. At one point, people disguise themselves with the boar skins, like the full skin. And this fanged helm always kind of reminded me of that. So yeah, that's what it makes me think of anyways. You wear it as a trophy, and it's kind of a cool piece of armor you can put on your head. I'm not gonna keep it on though. It's neat, but I don't need it. The only thing I need to protect me is my hideous, terrifying mug. Because I am the horror and I feel no fear. I cause the fear. I am the fear. Alright. Alright. Oh, didn't quite do it. Alright. Strong attack. Nice. I'm digging this thing. I've never used it before, like I said, but I'm kind of digging it. It's a little slow, but when its attacks actually come out, it's pretty beefy. Or they come out very quickly. It's nice stuff. So we light this bonfire here. This is the very base of the Duke's Archives. So we went down that long hallway, kind of in the mountainside now at this point, lit by a lantern light, and you've got these kind of podiums with books and lots of tomes written on them. I don't think we can actually read them, or maybe they have lorem ipsum on them or something. I don't know. But yeah, a lot of interesting kind of architecture and stuff here. Almost, you know, being the Duke's Archives, he's almost got this very refined sense of upholstery and furniture and, I don't know, weird stuff. Seath the Scaleless is a bit of an eccentric. You wouldn't really think of him as an intellectual, but I guess he is. He, more or less invented sorcery. He's the grandfather of it. And he, I mean, he succeeds long beyond the Dark Souls lore as a being of some renown. Maybe not chronologically within the series itself, but he's kind of this overarching being who transcends series, whether or not that's like an actual thing and there's just different universes he inhabits as a deity, or I don't know. I'm getting into weird territory. I'm getting like Kingsfield. I don't know. He's a very important figure no matter where he is, but you see here we have these strange crystalline undead here. They've kind of been coated with crystal enchantment or some strange thing. Probably experiments of Seath the Scaleless experimenting with crystals. That's kind of a big thing with Seath, is he gets into using crystals to create these devices and creatures. You see right back there, actually, we have one of the crystal golems. I don't know if we actually encountered those in Darkroot Forest. You find them first in Darkroot Forest, but I don't know that I actually went after them. But you see these guys hit really damn hard. Partially because that guy just got buffed by the channeler that's ahead of us. And that even ties into another thing, is the channelers we've been seeing from time to time, they are minions of Seath. So those guys, they're under Seath's orders. And Seath's orders are a little, I mean, you're not quite sure exactly what they are. For sure, they're hostile to us, but they also have this kind of mission to capture certain people. So we kill this guy, the Crystal Golem. Oh! What? Okay, that was weird. Maybe I didn't do something yet. I'm not sure what I'd have to do at this point. Oh, we kind of died. So, let me get back up there real quick. I'm just gonna use this lever. Activate that. We were supposed to get something in particular from him, but I'm trying to think why we wouldn't get it yet. Nothing's coming to mind. Another one. Oh! Oh no! Oh god! We didn't have too many souls, did we? I don't think we did. Oh, you can see how quickly these guys can kill you, especially with their, jeez. Especially with being buffed by the channeler. That was nasty. I'm curious to see what Tranquil Walk of Peace would do to these guys. Probably not much, because they're already kind of heavy set. Oh! Oh my god! Fuck me, man. Oh! Okay, 3 deaths in now. Tranquil Walk of Peace, maybe a little preemptively. I really don't think it's gonna do anything to them, but I'm just curious. Well, it looks like it's affecting him at least. It seems, I mean, it's a very short-lived effect, so you really want to cast it right as you're engaging combat. But, let's see how Emit Force does. It actually does do a little damage, nice. I like Emit Force a lot. There's essentially a damaging version of Force called Wrath of the Gods, or Wrath of God, or something. But it's still a stationary spell. It just, you know, it has this really damaging effect, and it's the most damaging of the 3. Normal Force doesn't do anything damage-wise. And then Emit Force does a little bit of damage. You saw it did like 100 to these guys. Oh my god, are you serious? And then Wrath of the Gods just does crazy damage, but we don't have that yet, and I don't think you get that until quite a little bit further in. So I'm sorry, guys. I'm doing really badly. And backstab this guy right now. So I don't have to deal with him pelting me from afar. Oh! Please. No. I don't want to die a 5th time to these bozos. I saw that coming. Or I heard it coming. More precisely. Okay. Okay. 184. Gotta watch out for those jump attacks. I don't want to leave myself open. Oh my god. Damn it! See, 3 of these guys at once. This is a deadly situation we're dealing with right here. And you're all down. Good. Get out of my life. Oh, goodness. There you are doing your silly jig. Okay. This thing is supposed to drop a pendant. But maybe I'm doing this wrong. Maybe we have to do... You know what? Maybe we have to kill the Hydra first. Maybe that's why. I think that's probably why, actually. I think I've done this before, and that's why. Oh, I'm doing things wrong. Here I am being a silly butt-face. Oh my goodness. Beautiful crystal attacks right there. The crystal golems are really cool to watch. See, he creates himself weapons as he swings his arms. Really neat stuff. We'll be seeing a lot more of these guys as we progress further into this area, but I'm actually not going to do that because we have to take a side trip now, so. Sorry about that. I totally did this in the wrong order, and we're like 40 minutes in now, so I'm actually going to end the episode a little short here. I apologize, we really didn't get much of anything done. We did talk to Anastacia. We placed the Lordvessel. But yeah, I think we're gonna have to do something else before we can get to this point. So I'm gonna warp to the Undead Parish, and next episode we're gonna explore a little bit more of the Darkroot Garden and maybe even Darkroot Forest itself. I don't see why we couldn't do that. So, all right, guys, thank you for watching. Hope you tune in next time, and yeah. When we get back, we're going to take on a Hydra. As I said before, there's a Hydra waiting for us, and we gotta murder it a little bit. So I'll be back. Let me actually turn myself back to human. Oh, you know what? I didn't read the description of Smo's soul. I'm sorry, guys. You know, I'm gonna do that right now. I'm gonna look that up, and I'm gonna let you guys know what Smo's soul description is. Or I'll do it at the beginning of next episode. I'm just gonna stop for now, so. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye-bye.